Good evening, everybody. We are live on the air, and it's good to be back on the air again. Now, people are asking me, well, what are you going to talk about? What's the show about? Well, the way it's going to work is like this. I'm going to just throw a few things out there for this evening, but what I'm going to do after I finish talking, or I'm going to I'll give you, before I go off the air tonight, I'm going to give you an email address, and I created an email address just for the Danny Talks, just for this show. So if anybody out there has ideas or anything that you would like to talk about, email me and let me know. So you can email me, and like I said, I created an email address just for this program, so that you guys can email me your news articles, your clips. Some of you guys, like my buddy Tommy, that helped me set up this channel. My buddy Tommy is a good wrestling fan, so I'm sure he'll be sending me wrestling idea. We could uh, talk about wrestling and talk about different things. And so, if you're a wrestling fan, you can talk about the wrestling shows, the pay per views, or what have you, and give me some feedback. And you can email me at that address. Also, if you have a YouTube video of your own or a YouTube channel or any comments you want to make, maybe you want to, instead of writing an email, you can do a video. Well, you can put a video up and put the link in the email that I'm going to, and send your link to the email that I'm going to give you, and you can do it that way because I'm better at talking than I am at typing, and that's the way that's going to go. But anyway, as I said, this program is not going to be my program. It's going to be your program. And as much as I like talking, and yes, the show is called Danny Talks, because I'm going to be the one doing the talking, but you guys are going to submit the ideas. Because the show is only as good as the content, and I can't get the content without some input and some help from you guys. Because the more suggestions you guys send in, the more stuff you throw at me, then the better the show is going to be. And so that's the idea behind that. So for tonight, I'm going to throw a little bit of everything, I guess, and talk about one of my favorite subjects, the news. Well, just give me a second here, and I'm going to pull up some headlines right off the top of the cuff here, and and we'll see what we can do about that. So anyway, I'm going to throw out some news headlines, and we'll take it from there. So just give me a second here, and I'll pull up some headlines, and we'll go from there. And if you wonder where I get my headlines, I'm getting them from the CBC. It's a Canadian news network, so that's usually where I get my information from. And so I'm gonna pull up the CBC News here, and I've got it on my trusty cell phone. Thank God for cell phones, because you can look at the phone, and this phone is a lot faster than what my computer is. So let's dive into the international news here. And remember, this is coming from the CBC.ca news. So everything that I'm saying here, you can go and check. You can check. So I'm just going to give this a second here to load. And of course, you know what they say. You know, if something will go wrong, it will. And of course, my of course my machine just isn't that. Okay, let's try this. Okay, let's try this. Okay, city investigates after a video of a parking employee lashing out at a parking officer surfaces online. And man alive, you know, you got some poor guy trying to do his job, and you know, or somebody is a parking attendant or whatever, and some crazy person decides, well, I'm having a bad day, and I'm going to take it out on the parking attendant or the McDonald's guy. Oh, and to my mind, that's just plain wrong. You do not take things out on other people. That's just plain wrong. And you know, and man, my everything is not working today like it should be. I'm gonna try this again, but you know, right when you go to do a live show, uh, something will something will pop up. So let's see what. Now let us see what we can find here. Okay, here's one. Ex-brother not connected to Canadians killing. What this article is about. And hopefully this. There we go. Now it's loading. The case of a Canadian legal scholar who was gunned down in Florida 2 years ago has taken a contentious turn. As newly released police documents allege the man's ex-brother-in-law is connected to the killing, but the state's top prosecutor is not convinced. State Attorney Willie Meggs says the allegations contained in the probable cause affidavits that the Tallahassee Police Department submitted to his office and posted online are merely police opinion. We have to have evidence, Meggs told the Canadian press in an interview. If you read it in its entirety, it draws a lot of conclusions, but that does not make them facts. Police have said the killing of Dan Marco, a law professor at Florida State University, who was born in Toronto and was well known in national and international legal circles, was a murder for hire allegedly triggered by an acrimonious divorce from his ex-wife, Wendy Andelson. Andelson and her family have denied any involvement in Markle's death in July 2014, and she has not been charged, but her brother, Charlie Andelson, and a woman he was romantically involved with have both come under police suspicion. In the probable cause affidavits, the Tallahassee police allege Markle was killed by two men, Sigfredo Garcia and Luis Rivera, who are set to go on trial this fall on murder charges in the case. Police also allege Markle's killing was arranged to a woman named Catherine Magbanua. Man, I can't pronounce names. I'm terrible. Who had been romantically involved with both Garcia and Andelson. Investigators further believe Magbanua, I guess that's it, enlisted the father of her two children, Sigfredo Garcia, and his close associate Luis Rivera, to carry out this murder. And they were all compensated for their actions, one of the probable case affidavits said. And it goes on from there. The documents allege that Marco's ex-wife's family wanted her to move with her two young children to South Florida, but there was resistance from Marco. The document noted that Wendy Andelson told investigators during an interview that her brother had joked about hiring hitmen to kill Marco, but indicated that her brother made a lot of jokes in bad taste and that she did not think her brother would actually commit such a crime. The document states that after Marco's ex-wife called her mother to tell her of Marco's death, call records then show that her mother called Charlie Andelson, who had later called Magbanua. The call is significant because, as previously stated, investigators believe Magbanua was the person that facilitated the homicide, and she is the link between Charlie Andelson and the shooters. The document, which goes on to note several other records of calls made between Garcia, Magbanua, and Andelson. Oh boy, I mean, what's the matter with the world today? It seems like, it's not good enough today for people. Well, I want, my marriage is not working out. I'll get a divorce. And yes, divorce is expensive, but some people just like, no, I'm not going to get a divorce. I'll just kill my ex. And the state of the world today, it's in terrible shape. And I've often told people at the moment I'm single and not married, and I said to people, I'm glad I don't have kids because according to what I've been watching on YouTube, what I've been reading in the news, it was bad enough when I went to school, but it's 10 times worse now, as I've said in a previous video, because when I went to school, yes, I got picked on because I'm in a wheelchair. People stuck my wheelchair up in the corner and left me there. And as bad as that was, it's not as bad as things today. Because now, if someone gets humiliated in school, it's just a few clicks of a button and it goes all over YouTube. So it's, and people can bully people anywhere. And just as I'm doing now, they can record it. And that's the sad thing about it. People are so busy with their technology, their computers, their cell phones, that they're not taking time to interact with each other anymore. We've got all this technology, and people just aren't spending time with their family. And I mentioned I was talking to a gentleman several years ago. And I said point blank, I said, if you're too busy to visit your friends or do something with people, then you're way too busy. And yes, I realize that people have to work for a living. Yes, we all have to put food on our table, and it is hard to balance things out. But at the same time, we have to take time for ourselves and our family. And I think that's one of the reasons why we have such crime and have so much problems as we do, because we as a society, we are work driven, and it's work, work, work. And, too much work and not enough play makes Jack a dull boy, as the expression used to go. And, I think society today, in spite of all its technology and everything that we have, I don't think our technology has made us better. And you can agree with me or you can disagree with me. But, I think in spite of everything, our technology has not made things better. It's our society, we as a society in general, we have gotten worse as a society and not better. And that's a very sad commentary. And a lot of people used to say, well, years ago, back in the 40s and 50s, we were too old fashioned. Well, I'll tell you something. Back in the 40s and 50s, they never had the problems that we have. And a lot of this is due to the media putting ideas in our kids' head. Yes, we didn't have the technology. We didn't have some of the fancy things that we have now. But I'll tell you, kids had respect for their mom and dad. You don't see that now. Kids don't care. They'll flip the bird and curse at their father and mother. And years ago, you wouldn't dare curse at your father and mother or say things that you shouldn't say, because I'm ashamed to say it, but one time I said something one time to mom, and that was only one time I can remember getting spanked. And I tell you, that'll line you up real good. But today, now in schools, they don't believe in spanking anymore. You can disagree with me or agree with me. And my job here online is not for you, is not to have people agree with me. It's just for me to talk and be blunt, because sometimes you need to be blunt. Um, I think parents today have a tendency to be the child's friend and not their parent. And that's a huge mistake. I know I'm going off on a tangent here, and I said I was going to talk about the news, but this is the way, when I have something in my head, I just got to get it out. And this show is called Danny Talks for a reason, because that's what I love to do. I love to talk. But as I was saying, you know, uh, kids today just don't have the respect for dad and mom like they used to. And some of the reason is they're not taught respect for their parents. Somehow, I think we as a society, we've lost our way. And as I said before, people tend to think that I'll be my kid's buddy, and that's not the problem. That's not the issue. We as a society, we are not supposed to be our kid's buddy. We're supposed to be a parent and be a guiding influence. And I just mentioned my buddy Tommy, and here he is rolling on in through the door. So hang on now, and I'm on the air actually. I just said thank you to you for helping me set this up, but I'm actually on the air.
You're live now?
Yes, I am.
Hey guys, what's up? Follow my buddy here.
So I'm actually live here now, and I'll just throwing up my topics.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And
Subscribe to him.
yes, and I actually do have a website set up. So if people have ideas that they want me to talk about or things they want me to throw out, because I told them that as far as I'm concerned, I want it to be not just my channel, but the subscribers, their channel, and I want them to give ideas and suggest the content that they want me, the ideas and the content.
Subscribe to Danny. Hey, it's me, Tommy. What's up, guys?
Yes, and
I'll show it to you on YouTube. I'll send you nothing. It's your live. Go ahead. Do your shit.
So
You're PG.
yes, he's a bad little boy. He said a bad word.
He's PG.
So we should bleep him like this.
There we go. Oh.
Now, this is supposed to be a family show, and I'm going to have to put some tape over him. But but anyway, can one of you guys get the light there so I can see better? Thank you. As I was saying, I want this to be the people's program and not just my program. But you guys should email me, give me ideas of what you guys want me to talk about. Because me just here flapping my gums is not going to be interesting. But I want you guys to email me.
All right, guys. I don't mean to cut you off here, but I'm here at Danny's right now. He's live, guys. I'm just going to do a little plug here while I'm here. I'll let you know to check out his YouTube channel. I got him in the link below several times. Check him out. He's live right now.
Yes, and if you guys have suggestions, and this goes for people on Tommy's channel as well as mine. If you guys have suggestions of videos or things that you want me to do, things that you want me to put online, I have a special email address set up just for this channel.
Okay, you got a special email address set up for the channel. What's the channel? What's your email address? I'll share it out.
And the special email address that I have is Danny Talks. That's Danny Talks, all one word, at USA.com.
I'll make sure to put in the links, guys, below.
So that's Danny Talks at USA.com.
I'll have his link for below. I'll have his email below. I'll have it all below. Facebook, whatever you have, I'll have it below.
But like I said,
guys, he's live. I'm here right now tormenting him. Am I tormenting you?
Yes. And as I said before, I do not want this to be my channel. I just gave you my 2 cents on a news article that I just read. But like I said, I want this to be interactive, and I want this to be something that the viewers will help me with, and that's the whole idea.
There you go, guys. So I'll shout him out. He's gonna do his thing. I'll be sure to give him ideas. Hop over to his channel.
So
until then, guys, this is my last night visiting Danny. I just come say hello to him. You do your thing, bro, and watch him cut himself off. And guys, I'll see you on the road.
Okay. So anyway, guys, and like they used to say, meanwhile, back in the old Batcave. And yes, back in back when I was little, I used to love the old Batman series, the old black and white Batman. I love the old shows. If you ever get a chance to check out some of those old black and white shows, I love the old Batman series with Adam West. It was a good laugh. The Lone Ranger, some of those old shows, I'm sure you'll get a good laugh. Because I find the older shows way better than a lot of the stuff we have now. But anyway, back on the farm.
All right, guys. It's great to see y'all. You know who I am. I'm here, but bother me, buddy. Sub to the channel.
But anyway, my throat is bothering me right now. But I will be back later as soon as I can, because my throat and my stomach is really bad. Thank you, buddy. I didn't expect you to give me a Sprite on the spot, but I'm not feeling the best, so I'm going to sign out for now. But I will be back in a day or two to update you guys on what I'm going to be doing. But as I said, you guys, right into that email address I gave you. That's dannytalks@usa.com, and I will definitely respond to your emails as soon as I can, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But I'm going to call it a day. And so,
Oh, before you go, sub to him. You know I am.
yeah. Now, I'm going to call it a day. And sorry, guys, I'm not too good at this, but I'm going to call it a day. But I will be back. So please remember to email me with your ideas and your suggestions. And as soon as I hear some feedback, I'll take it from there. So good night, everybody. And it's good night from me.
Hey, what's up, guys? Nick and Tommy here.
It's good night from them. So I will talk to you later, and have a good night, and I'll talk to you all later.